if there is something that needs to be clarified, somebody will ask. And then for us, we are very open. We have other structures in place. We have the CELT, we have the VLC, Village Liaison Committee, who usually have meetings during the weekends. So if at all there is, we open up to the level that we said if a community member feels that they want to give their views, they can actually approach the Village Liaison Committee, and then we will get information and to continue clarifying to the members. The people are not motivated. Yeah. Okay. It is well acknowledged, and we've taken cognizance of the fact that remuneration is a challenge, but the motivation comes in. Even the task force will not be paid to date a single cent, but the motivation, where does the motivation comes? Where is the drive coming from? Because we have land that is 288, and we are going to have an opportunity to actually develop this land. That alone is a drive. That alone is a motivator. That tomorrow carries a new day. There is a new dawn tomorrow. We'll have new Kibra tomorrow. We'll have developed place tomorrow. We will live better. We will live in dignity. We will have a better life tomorrow. Our children will have a generation, livelihoods. We will create livelihoods to everyone in Kibra. So that one alone is a drive, and that is a motivation. Absolutely, that is okay. If at all we came in a place where the government there were no resources, according to what the government told us, and I believe if at all we had enough resources, we would have motivated the VLC and CELT members. And moving forward, we will look into ways and see how best we are going to continue working together. And if at all, okay, unfortunately the task force term is coming to an end, but before it comes to an end, and then there is funds, we will see how best we can actually motivate our people who have worked tirelessly for us. Well, what the Nubian caucus was actually supposed to have done, and is what actually we did. And I remember we had a meeting within with the PS, and we came back to caucus and to give feedback to the members of Nubian caucus. And after giving the members of Nubian caucus feedback, there was a need to have a community participation, to call the communities, for the communities to accept to work with the government. Okay, and when we did that, we came back to the community, and we asked the community whether it is prudent to work with the government. The community accepted. And within that process also, we were asked to give names of the people who will be within the working committee, the working group of in fact, previously it was committee, it was not task force. When we came from the PS office, that was what we were told, to actually come and give names for the people who will be working with the committee. But when we came with the message, the message was actually for the community to accept to work with the government, and then the resolution was supposed to be made by for the community, and resolution was actually supposed to be made by the trustees. Okay, by then we had already been told that the names should have been submitted. And then we saw that as Nubian caucus, who are the representatives of the community, who have been the people who have been advocating for the community development and community issues. It's 5 groups, basically. If not 5 groups, 6 groups. KLC, Council of Elders, Nubian Rights Forum, NYC, and KLC, it was KLC, Nubian Council of Elders, Bawaki, not Bawaki, Nubian Council of Elders, KLC, NRF, and we had NYC, and then we had a team of women. Yes. So those are the representation, and these are the only people you'll find around issues that pertains the land and advocacy and community land issues. You'll not find any other person. I have been a member of NRF, Nubian Rights Forum. I was a member, and I've worked with Nubian Rights Forum in the matters community activism. That is where the Mchakato started. Fizidugua. We did a wonderful public participation for the trust deed. As Nubian Caucus, as a secretary, I would say without contradiction that we amended the trust deed for 2 good years. And for 2 good years, we had amendment team within Nubian Caucus. And then we had a legal team within Nubian Caucus. When we had the draft, we came to the community with the draft. Twice we had civic and public participation meeting twice within the community. In the Masjid Makina, and we went to Kibra Primary with the amendments, the draft that we had, that was actually brought to us by the legal committee. What we did, I personally accompanied the legal team to each and every village. The 13 village, each and every village, we did trainings and actually just clarifying issues of the trust deed to the community.
It was 2 years between.
It was the last year, the last 6 months of the 2 years of Nubian Caucus. That is what we did. Our term has ended, will end in November, and we will officially, and we will hand over the report to the appointing authority, and we'll hand over the report to the community. That this is the task that you gave us. We were given by the government, and you people actually gave us this task, and these are the resolutions, and this is the report for all the TOR that we were actually given. 100%, but it is fine-tuned, because there is one thing also. A member can actually propose something, but the experts might have a different opinion.
So
we have experts who will, but mashallah, I would say mashallah, mashallah, because our members, there is nothing that the experts were thinking that a Nubian member, community member, did not talk about it. They did not talk about it professionally. They did not say it in a professional way, in the wording of the professions, but there is an idea that has been made by community members. And our people are smart. And that is the respect that we have within the caucus, within the task force, The professionals now understand that the Nubian communities understand what they want, and actually they know what is supposed to be done in this land. So everything that we have within the land use plan is actually a suggestion from the members, but it has been fine-tuned by the expert to actually get the demarcation of the land use. Inshallah, we are expecting in the next 1 year, in the next 6 months, if it is very early. But we have community members who feel that it has to start as tomorrow. Yes, as soon as possible. We are hoping that we will have all the fundamentals, the building blocks, the structures that we need, the trust we need for its operation will be in place, so that we actually look at the all-purpose vehicles for development only. Yes, inshallah. Even you've heard my chairman talk about this so many times within the relocation plan. It is only the first phase, the people within the first phase who will be affected. But the suggestion is not to relocate the people elsewhere, just to allow people to move phase by phase, in the level that we don't relocate people to go outside of Kibra. so that they participate in the development of this place. They participate because we are talking about livelihood. So we want to generate jobs. We want to generate livelihoods for this development. We want the Kibra people themselves, the owners of this land, to participate in the development of this land. So if somebody is going to be relocated elsewhere, it means it will be much difficult for that person to come back and work. Okay, so we are looking into ways, different type models, to see how best the community members will not be relocated outside, but will have an opportunity just to move face by face, just and to participate in the development. The task force, we are proposing that every structure owner should be compensated, because these structure owners are our members and they are our neighbors. And by the end of the day, it is very prudent just to part ways in a good way. There's a developer who actually told us, the Jivanji developer, who told us that when I was planning to develop the place that I'm developing now, I was forced to compensate the people 600,000. And we were perturbed and asked, how come 600,000? And he told us that for me, I did not foresee not giving them anything for them to go to court. It will take me 10 years, it will take me 20 years before I do my development, and it will lag me behind. So it is important for me actually to part with 600,000 so that they remain comfortable where they are, and then I complete my role and my development in a very peaceful way and harmonious way. So that is what we are anticipating as we are proposing as task force, is for the structure owners to be compensated. And we don't call it compensation, we call it facilitation. They should be facilitated to actually move elsewhere in a very peaceful and humane way. Because we have businesses, as Nubians, we are consumers. We are not business people. And we don't own schools. Apart from Girls Soccer, we don't have Nubian owned school. We have very less. So we go to school from the people who are offering education services. So it is very important just to part in a very human way and in a very good way. But we propose that the tenants will participate in the development. They will not be compensated, but they will participate in development. In fact, it will not save us even one bit of trouble. We met serious experts within the legal framework and legal fraternity who have advised us for us to have perpetual wealth generation. Let's continue to have trust. But the community land, it also have its own demerits. One, we were trained. I was adversely trained by the specialist, by the experts on community land. Community land gives rights to ownership for the spouses who are non-Nubians, whereby within the trust, it is our rule, it is private. We can decide to do that. But within community land, it is compulsory. The spouses also benefit. And within community land, there is a clause where there is a provision for anybody who have lived in the community for a very long time to go to court and get membership through the court. So those are some of the serious demerits of community land. The inspiration I have is to have a historic Kibra. A Kibra which is radically transformed. A transformed Kibra. That's what inspires me and what motivates me to this level. Because currently we have tourists who come to Kibra to actually come and view the poverty. But I envisage a Kibra that is fully transformed, where communities and people from all the walks of life coming to the largest slum in East and Central Africa to see transformation. That is my inspiration. And a wonderful environment. An environment which is pollution free, an environment that is carbon free, an environment which will have carbon sinks because of the smart city. My part in short is for the community to actually support this process and to trust the process, because our transformation will only be done by us, not by anybody else. And when you put Allah in the forefront, and put Allah forward, and you trust that Allah will deliver, He will deliver. You give Him one finger, He gives you a whole hand. And I believe as Nubian community, we will be putting our fingers within the hands of Allah, and He will give us full hand and full hands. Inshallah.